since they are descendants from one event, they suggest, invent in a way, that they are, let's say, stuck in Beringia for a period that would be enough for the Amarants to do the positive selection to have this positive signal for lipid consumption that is not present in Siberia, in a fossil in Siberia. So they have to make this fit, and the explanation is that this adaptation is, let's say, made by positive selection before they enter the Americans. And here again, my hypothesis is that they had it all the time in the Amazon forest, and so all Native Americans had it, inclusive the Inuits. And then going back to consensus, this is a very, let's say, strange hypothesis that they would get stuck for thousands of years somewhere in permafrost, in a dead zone. Personally, I don't think they would let themselves go stuck. They would make a way out, even by the sea. In general, even today, those cultures, those ethnic groups, have boats of several sizes depending on their needs. So I don't believe that the ancestors of the Native Americans would get stuck for thousands of years and survive it. It's just a need. The scientists feel the pressure to give what consensus needs, and consensus needs a time of thousands of years to make that positive selection, to acquire that gene. And if I remember well, they talk about 5,000 years. They don't agree that much about it. But that's still too short. It's a very complex gene. So it is a positive selection, but for many thousands, 100,000 or millions of years, it is like another species. It's like another metabolism. I will talk about that later. So, and consensus has this difficulty because Beringia will disappear 12,000 years ago. So they are kind of squeezed between out of Africa and Beringia disappearing because they don't believe they can navigate with boats, which I will claim several times they were able for thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions of years to navigate, even with precision, amongst others, with the stars at night. So consensus is squeezed between out of Africa and Beringia disappearing, and they need a number of thousands of years for the positive selection to happen, to acquire that gene that is typical for all Native Americans, and nobody else in the world has it. So okay, this was the article. This is where you can find it, where it can be retrieved from. And I found another interesting article that says something interesting. It says, when humans moved from Asia toward the Americans over 18,000 years ago, and eventually peopled the New World. This is very interesting. Eventually peopled the New World. So I'm not saying there were no Amarins that ventured from Asia to the Americans. I'm not negating that or discussing that. They can have moved from Asia towards the Americans. They probably moved several times. They were migrating. They traded. They could navigate on land and on sea, and had boats adapted to do that. So I'm sure they moved from Asia towards the Americans over 18,000 years ago and more recently. But what I doubt is that they peopled the New World, because the gene comes from the Amazon forest, because we have proven that 100% haplogroup blood group O means that they are the ancestors of themselves and of all peoples. And besides, in other videos, there is at least 10 fundamental proofs based on markers for ancestrality and migration. It's over 10, and it's presented in other videos, while Out of Africa has none proof based on markers for ancestrality and migration. It has none, while Out of the Americans, so out of the Amazon forest, I present at least 10.